Well, good morning guys, welcome back to another episode of Luke's Fishin Mission. Thank you for tuning in. I'm back at my whiting spot. I'm back at low tide, which is my favourite time to fish this location. In my last video, the one from last week, I was here at high tide and I didn't really rate it. I did get one whiting, I did get a nice queenie and a bit of other rubbish, but I'm back at my old faithful time of low tide. It's pretty much midday, it's about 11:30. Low tide is at 12, so it's the last half an hour to hour of the run out, and I'll fish the first hour and a half of the run in. So that is the time I like to fish this spot, the last to run out, the first to run in. So right now, tide's still dropping. I've got to find that bit deeper water. With my polarized Makos, I can see the depressions in the sand. I can see the different depths of water, the different clarities of the water by the different colorations. I can see the shoal, snags, and all that sort of stuff. So I'll need to work for my fish for the first bit till it starts to come in, but I want to prove that you can catch whiting on poppers, surface lures in the middle of winter and in the middle of the day. Traditionally, a lot of surface fishing is done in the low light periods, early morning, late afternoon when it's a bit darker, and it usually shuts off in the middle of the day. But whiting, I find I can catch all damn day long. All day as the sun's out. Like I said, it's the middle of the day now. It's 11:30. I'm going to fish when the sun's pretty much straight above me and prove that you actually don't need the low light period to catch your whiting on topwater. I'd love a couple for lunch. Let's see. You can see it's a little bit deeper over there, so I'll fire in a couple of casts. I can cast this lure a good 30 meters, even though it's light. Bassday sugapen splash, 75 mil. Off the top. 75 mil is a big lure for whiting, but they do smash it, and even the small whiting will still smash this larger profile lure. It's a beautiful day actually. It's probably one of the best weather days we've actually had all year. But the boats didn't get into service, so didn't have the boat available for me today. So I just come here somewhere close, somewhere easy. And something that I love doing more than most other things is catching whiting on topwater. It's so much fun. So close to home. And I need a spare hour or two and you can come and catch a couple of fish. Bring the kids down here. Really accessible, really easy place to walk. And safe too. And there are fish here. And most importantly, there are plenty of whiting. I'll walk it now, I'll meander it. Oh, something's having a go at it there. Oh, they're having a go. All right, plenty of whiting here. Look at that eagle coming down. All right, guys, that last cast was like my second or third cast since being here, and the lure got hit a couple of times during that retrieve. And I think they were whiting, so I'm pretty confident I'm going to catch on pretty shortly. I'm just blooping it on the top, about 1 bloop per second. Love to get a big flathead. Flathead are going to be here too, obviously. Same country. Tide's dropping is very important to keep moving, keep walking, keep trying to find that slightly deeper water. The tide is dropping, so water is getting shallower and shallower as we speak, by the minute. We're going to keep covering the ground here, trying to find that bluer, slightly deeper water. That slightly deeper water is structure in itself. Even though the flats are pretty devoid of structure, that drop off is what you want to see, is what you're looking for. Oh, yep, there's one. There's one. I think it's a whiting too, yeah. Straight up, beautiful. That's actually quite a nice little fish. Yeah, beautiful whiting. Great fun on topwater. Middle of the day. The sun is pretty much straight above my head. And that's a good fish. Yeah. So good. Look at him. Could be high 20s. 27, 28. Gorgeous. Only been here 10 minutes. The tide's dropping, so it's not even my favourite time of the tide yet to be fishing. Now guys, that is a very welcome start. He'd be about 28 centimetre, 27, 28 centimetre whiting. Lovely fish. This one's actually not on the assist hooks like usual. It's on the treble and he nailed it. He's pretty hungry. It's a good fish. Really happy with that. I've only been here 5-10 minutes. And like I said, not even the best stage of the tide to be fishing yet. So, already one on the board. I'm pretty hopeful it's going to be a good little session. Right in the middle of the day, catching whiting in winter on surface. All right, guys, another fish. And it's actually got a bit of toe. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's a whiting. Like a little GT maybe. Oh, it's silver. What is this thing? Grunter? Bream? Trevally, I don't know. Silver though. Well, it's actually a pretty good bream, I think. Yeah, it is a bream. There you go. That's diversity. I haven't caught a bream at this location. And especially on Topwater, that's very nice. Happy with that. It hit it very hard. This low tide is the time to be here. In the middle of the day, nothing is shying away. Yeah, that's a good fish. Definitely a legal sized bream. There we go, guys. Nice little bream. Good 26, 27 centimeter bream off the top. Went pretty hard too, and that's really awesome because that's different. I haven't caught a bream at this location before, and I feel like it's one of the very few I've ever caught on surface. I don't ever go target bream. Usually just as bycatch when we're barra fishing and get the big pikeys, the big black bream, but that is really cool. Unexpected and very welcome. Low tide is the go at this spot. Middle of winter, middle of the day, Topwater. Yeah guys, this has been an awesome little start. I've caught a beautiful whiting around 27, 28, and then a bream, something I haven't caught too many of on Topwater and something I haven't caught at this spot also shortly after around 27 centimeters. So the low tide kills it here. So much fun wading the flats, low tide, casting surface lures, middle of winter, and in the middle of the day when you characteristically wouldn't think Topwater would be the best option. These fish are smashing it. Oh, and there's another fish. Oh, that was another fish. Geez, this afternoon, this run out tide has them fired up. I must have found a little good deep patch of water, and it hasn't even turned yet, which is the tide I like to fish, the first to run in. They're still biting here, the last to run out, so see if I can get another couple of fish. Sugapen Splash by Bassday, 75 mil. Such a great lure to be using on the flats. You can pop them, you can walk them, and the whiting do not shy away from the larger profile. It's like a prawn imitation as a popper. It's like a little prawn, little shrimp. All right, I'm walking it back this time with the tide, with the flow. It's running out, so I've cast upstream and bringing it back with the flow. Nice long cast, because it's not overly windy. I'm able to cast the lure out a fair way and it doesn't wobble in the air and reduce the distance. It's casting true and straight, so I can get the extra distance on the cast. Yeah, good casts, long casts, which is what you got to do. You got to cover that water. Caught two nice fish and I've had a few other hits. Been here about maybe 25 minutes. Oh, there's another fish. Oh, that was a fish. That was a fish again. Oh, I don't know if you can pick those splashes up. Oh, 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 come on. What's wrong with you? Oh. There are some serious strikes going on, but they didn't hook up. Unless my hooks are fouled up, maybe. Oh. It's fun though. A lot of activity. And bring it in. Check those hooks. No, they're all right. Let's go again then. Yes, that's where I want it. Watch this. That's where the hits were last time. Oh, yep, yep. Oh, what are they? Yep, there's one. Got him now. I knew I'd hook him. Yep. I don't know what I got. It's playing up. Playing up on the surface. Doesn't feel overly big. I think it's another whiting, eh? Geez, a whiting, it's not bad. Tell you what, whiting on topwater, middle of the day, middle of winter. Another good fish, yeah. It's another keeper. 2 whiting and a bream. And all good fish too. Yeah, I've got a good lunch coming up here, boys. There's another whiting, guys, another good fish. And there's actually like a parasite in the top of the fins there, that blue thing. I don't know if you can pick that up. Right here. Parasite in the top of the fin. That's pretty gross. Yeah, that's another very nice whiting on the topwater. So much fun. They're quality fish here today. Guys, today's option to come here is certainly paying off. 1 good bream and 2 beautiful whiting in the last half an hour. A few other hits as well and misses. All on surface, all on the light gear, and it's a lot of fun. Today I did have an option to go offshore because it's a good day, but didn't have the boat available. So this, being close to home, easy to get to, and fishing around the low tide has been so much fun. It's the middle of the day, the sun's pretty much directly above me, and I don't think it'll be running out for too much longer before it starts to come back in again. But I've found the deeper patch of water, and the fish are obviously schooling up in that deeper patch because all the rest is too shallow. That last one, oh, yep, and again. Oh, did it come off? I think it come off. Oh, guys. It's exciting, it's so much fun. Casting long casts to the opposite bank in the shallow water on the other side. And that, not just then, but when I got that last whiting, I said, watch this, they'll hook up, because I got a few hits there the cast before, and that's when I got that fish. I haven't had to move around much. Usually I'm moving constantly here, consistently, trying to find the deeper water as the tide's running out. But today, I must have found a good bit straight up, and the fish are all in this little hole. Oh, he's on it. Definitely on it. I'll just walk the dog so they can line it up better, because it's consistently moving. They might be able to line it up better than when you pop, you're blooping it away from them. They might be going to strike and you're pulling it away at the time, they miss it. But I'll meander it so it's consistent, you can line the trajectory up. Worthwhile mentioning that this spot's probably in no greater than 50 centimeters of water right now, half a meter tops. Probably more likely a foot, so like a rule length, 30 to 50 centimeters deep. Shallow, top water, across the flats, middle of the day, middle of winter, light gear. It's a hell of a lot of fun. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. We've had consistently high wind and rain most of the year. I feel like in the last 5 months, well, nearly, tomorrow is June, 6 months of the year, I can count the good weather days on one hand. And today is actually one of them. It's beautiful to be out here in the sun, clean water, catching whiting on poppers. And over the weekend and next week, actually it looks better, but I'm going to Weeper on Monday, or Cairns on Monday, and then Weeper Tuesday for 2 weeks. So I'm going to miss the good weather window here, but not going to complain. I'm going to a pretty epic location in Weeper, and the Weeper Fishing Classic is on, and I'll be attending that as well. Hopefully having a bit of a fish, but definitely going there to assist with the running of that, the barbecue and the sponsors events and things like that. Can't wait. I'll definitely get a bit of a fish in there as well. Weeper's a cracking spot for fishing. Starting to know a few people up there now because I've been up there a few times for work. Hopefully they'll take me out again. Really hoping to catch a billfish with young Tom Hockey up there, who's a bit of a billfish legend. I work with his old man now, so hopefully get a Guernsey on that boat. With whiting, it's essential that you keep the popper blooping at all times, moving at all times, and blooping at about a bloop a second consistently. And just the smallest twitch of my wrist, you can just see what I'm doing here. We're not popping for GTs, it doesn't have to be fair big rips like this, okay? Just little pops, subtle, discreet, but constant is the key. Consistently moving at all times. And about a bloop a second, nice and subtle. Oh, what was that? That was a huge hit. I reckon that was a big flathead. What? My God. I was turning around looking upstream, and as is always the case, you get the hit. Bloody hell, missed it. Oh, yep. There we go. Oh, I reckon another whiting. Feels like a nice fish again. Covering that new water pays off. Oh, it's a pretty nice fish. I reckon it's another whiting, eh? This is an absolute gun whiting lure. If you haven't got a bassday sugapen splash 75mm, write that down and get one. Whiting today have been really good fish. That's another good fish. High 20s, top water, middle of the day, middle of winter. That's probably the biggest one yet. No mucking around today, they're just hungry, smashing. Oh yeah, look at that. Gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Yeah, he's probably 30 centimeters, eh? Guys, there's another beautiful whiting. Third really good whiting, close to 30 centimeters for the day, for the morning. Only been here 30-40 minutes. And I've got a nice big bream too, but all the fish today have been quality, good size. No small whiting, all good size ones. All in the middle of the day and in the middle of winter. Literally the sun, it's midday now, and the sun is right above me. Yet I'm still catching stuff on top water, when characteristically top waters are low light. By tradition, you usually do better early morning, late afternoon. But whiting, as you can see, catch them all day. Bassday sugapen splash, guys, get one of these. They're pretty deadly. Guys, I'm having an absolute ball out here on such a beautiful morning on light gear. 3 really quality whiting, between 27 and 30 centimeters, and a nice bream, about 27, 28 centimeters as well. All on surface, in the middle of the day and on light gear. This is the bread and butter time, winter. Your bream, your whiting and your flathead do become more prevalent this time of year, so it's certainly showing to be the case. As whiting are fat, healthy and big. I encourage you to give this a crack. Now is the time, guys, now. It's not even winter. June, July, August, literally tomorrow. Today is Friday, Saturday is June 1, tomorrow. Literally is winter, so now's the time for sure, guys. Get amongst it. Whiting on surface, but you'll get flathead too, and you'll get bream in the same waters. On surface, they will all eat surface. Still running out, okay, still got plenty of time. There's little rocks here. There's a lot of rocks and little bits of weed and algae. The tide's still running out. Even though we're past the actual tide on the chart, must be a bit of a delay due to the sandbars out front, but when it comes in, it's going to come in like a rocket. Guys, I don't really care if I leave in the next 15 minutes because I've had a cracking morning, landed 3 beautiful big whiting and a bream and countless other hits on top water. Really had a great time. So I'll probably go home soon and cook them fish up for lunch. There's a feed there now. Okay, this cast is going upstream against the flow and walking the dog back with the tide. It's a good way to work it when there's still current. Just walk the dog back. And like I was saying before, I don't know if you caught what I said, but sometimes if fish are short striking or striking and missing and you're popping it, it could be because you're blooping it away. Every time they go to strike, you're actually pulling it away and not realizing it. But if you meander or walk the dog, you keep it consistent at the same speed the whole time, and the fish can line it up better. They can calculate their attack better. And it's better when there's flow. It's very hard to bloop when there's a lot of flow. Your assist will foul up over your other treble, and yeah, you're better off walking it. So you can meander it like I'm doing now. No love on that cast, but that's all right. Trying to teach you a couple things. That is my goal. Luke's Fishin Mission is trying to, just if I can teach one person one thing, then mission accomplished. And there's another fish. Yeah. Another fish on, guys. Walking it back, meandering it back with the flow, as I was saying. It's another whiting, I think. Oh, damn. Ah, lost that guy. Bugger. Video said I won't be coming back at high tide. This is the reason why. I struggled in the high tide last video, and around the low today, smashing it. Low tide's great. You can see where the gutters are. You can see where the rocks are. You can see the little highways that the whiting will move up on, or move through the sand with, through the flats, through those slightly deeper depressions, like a little highway, like a little gutter. You can learn more at low tide about the structure that you're fishing at high. Guys, I've hooked up and it feels quite weighty. Definitely no whiting. I feel I might have a nice flathead here. Might be a flatty, I feel. Oh no, it's silver. It's silver. Might be a bream again. It's definitely weighty. It's not a bream, it's not a deep-bodied fish. It's a whiting, and it's a good one. Really good. Oh, get out of town. Whiting have been so good today. I think I've hooked him under the guts, which is why he's playing up more than he... Oh! All right, see ya. You know what? It's all good. I've got to feed. That was definitely another whiting. A really nice one again. Have I proven to you though you can catch whiting on topwater and in the middle of the day and on 75 mil lures at that? 75 mil lure I'm using. It's big. Whiting are all over it. Okay guys, I'm just wrapping up what was a pretty awesome little session. I was only here for an hour and a half. The tide hasn't even turned yet. It's not even the best stage of the tide to fish. It's like 30 centimeters deep. It's just a puddle, but the fish were here. First to run in is certainly what I love to fish the most, but the last to run out, the first to run in, today the last to run out did it. I can go home now, fillet a few fish and have some good lunch. I've caught 3 really big whiting between 27 and 30 centimeters and a 28 centimeter bream. I had countless other hits out here. I hooked another 2 whiting that you saw got off just before the sand, so that could have been 5 whiting. Anyway, it's all good. I got more than enough for a feed, 3 whiting and a bream, and good sized ones. I wouldn't usually keep bream. I don't like keeping bream. But that was when I think I might have only had 1 whiting, and I'm like, oh, I'd like some fish for lunch. So soft plastics are great, hard bodies are great. Bait is fantastic for whiting. As we all know, yabbies and worms, you get big numbers, but in the winter months, bread and butter is on offer. Bream, whiting, flathead. And you can catch these fish on topwater. As you saw, I got a bream today too with the whiting, and I've caught flathead here too. The 75 mil bassday sugapen splash, this guy here, you really need to get yourself one of these. It has produced the goods for me time after time at this spot, and none better than today. The whiting were the biggest today, and they were all big. There was no small ones. Caught a lot of small ones here and the occasional big one. Today, 3 big ones, lost another couple of big ones as well, countless more hits. Fantastic little session. The sun, it's 12:45, 1 o'clock now, and the sun is directly above my head, yet I'm catching fish on topwater in the middle of the day when the sun is at its highest. Traditionally, topwater is usually the early morning, late afternoon, but today, caught them in the middle of the day, the sun was at its highest, and it just goes to show, wading the flats, low tide, winter, nice with a bit of sun out. You can catch a feed of fish, you can bring the family, it's very easy access, and you can have a lot of fun on light gear. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.